Welcome in, fellas. Those of you who are just watching the Atlanta and Carolina game, welcome. We are going to recap week 9 as we start week 10. So I have on tonight Alvin and the Chipmunks dropping the D. Congratulations, who put up another 190 points. This is a week after scoring 200 points. Edgar, welcome in, sir. Anything to say to the league?
Thanks, brother. Congratulations to everyone that came out with the dub this week. Let's get it going.
Good call, my man. Good call. Now, I'll be honest, Edgar. We talked about this a second ago. I do feel like I'm like 5% of the responsibility for this because I was the one who put that little positive jinx on you that you was panicking. So, you are welcome. By the way, you are welcome.
Hey, thanks to you. I had to make a couple moves out there, and it's paying dividends for sure.
Good, man. I definitely. Speaking of paying dividends, this week we're going to entitle this one "Take a Breath," as all these games were decided within 20 points. It was pretty wild. It was weird, but overall, it was anxiety ridden. The only one who was safe was you, and honestly, you weren't even that safe. We'll get to it right now, right?
Correct.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and get this going. As always, we're going to bust a cap, do the weekly recap. We'll roll into the No Mames Manager of the Week, and we'll end with the league leaders and allow Edgar or some parting words. All right, Edgar, you ready to bust a cap, sir?
Let's do it. Let's bust that cap.
Let's get it. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so our closest matchup of the week. Check my balls. We see you, my boy, moving to 2-7 by taking down Dirty Mike's Chubbs, who unfortunately slides to 5-4. And I know Mike is feeling that one out there. So, Mike, if you're out there, I'm so sorry this happened. You didn't do bad. It's just check my balls finally came through. Edgar, anything to say about this one?
Good last minute pickup, Gil, on dropping Kareem Hunt, I believe, to pick up the Ravens defense. It paid off.
Definitely. That's what, able to eke them out. Only less than a 5-point win. So points were very, very sacred in this one. And he definitely got them where he needed them. And I also appreciate that Kareem Hunt drop, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this one was pretty crazy because not a whole lot of points scored around the board. I think Christian Kirk was the highest scoring for Check My Balls at 21.6 points. So overall, it was pretty close. Mike just unfortunately just needed a few more points, and that Duvernay pickup did not work out, and I'm pretty sure he's pissed off about it.
Oh, believe it or not, I'm bummed out too because I picked them up on a different league, and yeah, I ended up with the L as well, Mike.
Oh, damn it. Well, it's good to know that you are human at times, Edgar. All right, we good to move on, sir?
Let's move on.
Okay, so Team Kittle too late taking down Strive to Win, who was still striving, but unfortunately not coming to success with it. Team Kittle too late, Leo moving to 6-3, Strive to Win. Oy, Dios mío, 1-8, and how embarrassing way on the one.
Yeah.
I'm his one victory. So this every time we do touch upon this, I get a little sensitive. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes, word on the street is that he's still throwing passes at this moment. This motherfucker threw the ball 70 times that game. That was
left-handed or right-handed or handoffs, whatever it is, that little pitch that they count a pass. I don't know how they count that as a pass, but they do.
I don't, it's always when you're playing against the quarterback, you're like, how is that a pass, right? But if it's your position player that's catching it, you're like, dude, that's a hell pass. That's a hell pass all day. I'll take that.
Yeah. Hey, it's going forward. That's a pass.
My A dot right now is like 1.2 feet. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball 70 times. And one thing I am upset about in this game, dude, is definitely that 45 points from Justin Fields, as I was the motherfucker who drafted Fields in like the 6th round hoping for this. And I cut him loose, I don't know, a month ago after I was bleeding at my quarterback 2 position. And it was because of Justin Fields. But since then, he's been on an absolute tear. Strive to Win picked up a good one. And now you're going to have to trade for him if you want him.
So something funny about this, Strive to Win. I traded Allen Lazard to him.
Oh,
he did not start him. The outcome could have been different. He could have been 2-7. Leo could have been 5-4 with the middle of the pack.
That's right, Edgar. How come we didn't touch upon this in the dry run, sir?
Yeah, so
I totally forgot about. You're totally right. Yes, I was already upset that he gave you another weapon in Javante Adams. So I was like, this motherfucker. And then I didn't realize until the games had started, because I had this weird superstition where I won't check a sleeper until halftime of the first games in fear of like I'm gonna jinx my, you know how it is, man.
Right.
So it wasn't until I checked the app, I saw all the messages, then I looked at the lineup, so I'm like, what the fuck? Romeo Dobbs over him? The fantasy gods saw that and they punished him by taking Romeo Dobbs out in that first quarter.
This could potentially be the no mames right here.
And that's exactly why you should have told me in the dry run, fool.
It's all right. We'll give him no mames 2.0.
But Leo, way to go, my boy. Keep it going.
Good job,
6-3, one of the powerhouses of the league to compete with Edgar, Johnny, and another character we're going to talk about right now, Bolts Creek taking down No Amon-Ra Gretz. 114-104. This came down to Monday night, and I got to be real, Bolts Creek, I know you're out there, my boy. I work with him, so I was talking a lot of shit all week to this man. A lot. I told him he's just gonna quit fantasy. Man. And then to see that we both talked about how it was gonna come down to Monday night, and we knew it was. It's just, oh my gosh. I was so upset with Monday night, as I'm sure you are too, Edgar, having a Saints positional player. It just wasn't enough. I needed 30 points from Andy Dalton and Chris Olave. They gave me 20. Austin Eckler, my man, he's on this unbelievable.
Hey, he's going to continue to play that thing, baby.
Hey, I know that was another hot topic in the league this week, that Niners and Chargers game, but shout out to Bolts Creek taking me down. I slide to 4-5. Ooh, excuse me. And Bolts Creek moves to 6-3, one of the powerhouses of the league. Shout out, BJ. I see you, my boy. Anything to say about this one, Edgar?
Hey, bolt up, baby. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir.
Bolt up.
I was letting him know that you are one of the only Charger fans that I've met, and I love it, man. The fan base for the Chargers is real. It's pretty interesting.
Man, I'm actually going to go to the Kansas City Charger game.
In LA or in?
It's in LA. They moved it to prime time. So next, Chargers are having 2 back-to-back primetime games.
Oh, damn. That's tight, bro. When is that?
That'll be November 20th. So not this week, the following week.
Nice, man. Nice. That would be a good one to go to. And speaking of a good one to go to, on your team right now is Joe Mixon. Good Lord. Not one, not two, not three, 5 tutties. 5. Edgar, for just an example for y'all out there, Joe Mixon had 5 tutties by himself. My entire team had 4 touchdowns. So that's the kind of special we're talking about. You also had Alvin Kamara. This is not the first time you had somebody score 5 touchdowns on your team. So shout out to you, man. Anything to say about this one?
It paid off, man. I wasn't sure what Dalvin Cook's outcome was looking like further on in the season. So I had to push a trade. It went through. The biggest push that it wasn't Joe Mixon. It was the quarterback, Joe Burrow. You know, even though he's got Jamar Chase out, he's going to get him back. So when I need him during playoffs. I don't need him right now. But Joe Mixon, man, I knew he was getting close to bursting, and he did it this week when I needed it most against.
Absolutely.
Look at Connor. Yeah, Connor, dude, man, he's right there. He's not going anywhere. He's staying put.
Yeah, and that was a good call too, Edgar. I think you were the one who announced that you're like, hey, this is going to be closer than it is. And that Davante Adams trade came through for you as well. So some great moves that are being made out there. Now, I wish people would stop giving you so many weapons, but hey, it is the game, man. I don't really like to veto trades because I'm not like that. But yeah, you're right, man. Connor McKager, it's going to take a lot to beat him. It basically takes one of your players scoring 5 touchdowns to beat him, which I got Christian McCaffrey, so that's its player that can do that. But shout out to you at your 190 points. Anything else to say about this one?
No, so I don't just look at my team who I'm facing. I look at who everyone else is facing. And this week for Connor already looks scary. Like he's it's saying he's going to put out just as much points as he did this week. So I think he's the real deal.
He's got a lot of playmakers on that team. He's been hot all season, and it hasn't really been a decline. So I faced both you guys one more time. It's going to be interesting for between the five of us, because I think we play each other quite a few times in this playoff push. But it's gonna be exciting, man, and I appreciate the competition this year for sure, man.
For sure.
Speaking of competition, this is how tight the league is, man. The beatdown of the week was only 16.44 points, finding Debo taking down N. Allen I Trust. Tua Tagovailoa coming through once again. We talked about his dual threat receivers and how basically somebody is always open on a down, and all he's got to do is find which one it is. So it's competition is stiff out there. If you're getting beat down, or that's considered a beat down in our league, but you're only losing by 16 points. Anything you notice about this one, Edgar?
Yeah, so wide receiver 2, the one that he decided to bench.
Oh man, that I don't hate that move, but I don't love that move. And this is what I mean by that. So shout out to finding Debo. Definitely it came through when he needed to. 123 points might not have been enough if a wide receiver 2 was started. Now, I greatly encourage everybody to start a full lineup. That's why I send the message out saying, like, hey, set your lineups. Let's make sure we do this. So when somebody sits, it's like, man, he could have, that could have potentially made a difference, or, we can X, Y, and Z. Here's why I don't hate it, though. It was a tactical move taken by N. Allen I Trust to not have to forfeit one of his bench players to maybe stream a lesser tiered player. You know what I mean? I think Mike brought this up a couple weeks ago, talking about he was upset having to drop Khalil Herbert for Taylor Heineke 1 week or something like that.
Right.
The shallow bench, I get the shallow benches have been difficult to
I enjoy it.
I kind of do too, low key, but I can see how it is affecting the game. And this is an effect of the game that it has, and the fact that a manager is going to take a tactical decision when they feel they need to. And so I don't hate the move. I do encourage everybody to start a full lineup, because finding Debo may have slid in the standings if a full lineup was set by N. Allen I Trust. But overall, if you're trying to find a way around it, like you don't want to drop one of your star players, fucking don't start a player.
Correct.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think I would have benched the defense though, because the defense, they kind of top out around the single digit numbers. So now going into next week, or this week, and Allen I Trust, is Allen gonna play?
Ooh.
That's the big topic. He sat out today. So man, instead of being now he's 5-4.
6-4. Yeah, instead of being 6-4, and maybe can afford a week.
And now you lost your QB1, maybe, possibly.
That's why I'm saying I appreciate the tacticalness of it. And honestly, Edgar, that's a good insight to you. That's why I fucks with you, man. That was good insight to say, like, if you were gonna sit something, I would sit the defense or drop my defense or something. No, he's in a tight spot because he has a Cowboys defense, which I really want to drop.
Right.
They're on by. So, but that's a good, if you're talking managerially and tactically, I like that whole sitting the defense. So if y'all out there who are trying to find ways to figure it out, shout out to Edgar and shout out to N. Allen I Trust for showing you guys, hey, this is not chess or not checkers, it's fucking chess.
Yep.
But finding Debo, shout out N. Allen I Trust. Also shout out the No Mames Manager of the Week. However, 2.0, I will take the No Mames Manager of the Week, although we just talked about something that I didn't really care for in the league, but how it played off in a tactical decision. But I would like to highlight upon trading away your star player for a player who you don't even start the week following. Oh, womp, womp, womp. I definitely agree. Strive to win. You need to strive to not be making no Mames moves, Lee. But I gave it to myself because I gambled on Deion Jackson and fucking Kyle Pitts to give me something. It did not pay out, as I only scored 104 points this week, which was less than a team whose I was just shitting on, N. Allen I Trust, which scored 107 points. And they only had 8 players score positive points, in the sense that he benched a wide receiver and his quarterback scored negative points. And I still couldn't outscore the motherfucker.
Yeah.
So no Mames Milo. For sure.
And Kyle Pitts, great. He's great, but Marcus Mariota, man, just can't throw the ball.
Yeah, we just watched him try, and that was atrocious. So getting into the league leaders, Connor McKager still sitting at the top. You know what was crazy about this? I was inputting the data, right? and the data from last week had Connor McGregor at 1,340 points. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's a whole week ahead of us.
For sure.
It is nuts, man. But Alvin and the Chipmunks, shout out. There you go, climbing them ladders. You're trying to close that gap. And I feel like
I'm just going to chip away week by week.
Exactly, man. Exactly. We're not trying to get all the points back at once. And Allen, I trust, even though he's only getting 8-player scoring for him, he's still finding himself in the top 3. So that's why I appreciate the tactical decision, because he knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
But anything else to share, Edgar, as we start week 10?
You know what? I got a lot of heat on me. I'm back-to-back champ. It's looking like it can go either way, but I'm going to continue to hopefully push some trades. If you guys got someone in mind on my team, everyone's up for trades.
Speaking of trades, Edgar, ask the Veto Army out there what's going on tonight, because I'm sure they're going to be active, as something just went through. Now, this is going to take a minute to load up. But Edgar, thank you for the time, sir. I appreciate it. Everybody, don't forget to set your lineups. I enjoyed the competition and the decisions being made. Peace out, sir.
Peace out. Thanks, Milo. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you too, bro.
See you.